Let's have an honest conversation. If your mornings aren't what they used to be, if your energy, focus, or even your physical performance has declined, you're not alone. I see it every day, but there's something simple you can do starting tomorrow morning that could change how your body functions for the rest of the day. You're already drinking coffee, but what if we could turn that cup into a powerful tool for supporting circulation, hormone balance, and sustainable energy? I'm Dr. Elena, board certified in men's health and clinical urology, with over a decade of experience helping men optimize their energy, function, and vitality, especially after age 50, when the body starts sending some not so subtle signals that it's time for a change. Here's the good news. That change doesn't have to involve prescriptions, complicated routines, or miracle pills from sketchy websites. In fact, the most effective solutions might already be sitting quietly in your kitchen cabinet. What I'm about to share is rooted not only in traditional wellness approaches used for centuries across different cultures, but also validated by modern clinical research published in respected, peer-reviewed medical journals. Let's start with what you're already consuming. Coffee. Caffeine is the world's most widely used stimulant. It acts on the central nervous system, boosting alertness, slightly increasing blood flow, and giving your brain that familiar kickstart. But it comes at a price. Most of us have experienced the spike and crash effect. Energy surges quickly, then plummets by mid-morning, leaving you needing a second cup or a sugary snack just to stay functional. Worse yet, when you hit your 50s, that effect often feels magnified. The thrill is short-lived because basic coffee doesn't address the actual physiological changes that come with age. Reduced testosterone levels, less elastic blood vessels, decelerated metabolism, and impaired glucose tolerance. So, how do we address that? We turn this simple cup of coffee into a functional beverage with ingredients that support hormonal balance, vascular health, and long-term stamina. Let's talk first about cinnamon. Not just any cinnamon, but specifically Ceylon cinnamon, sometimes called true cinnamon. The more common cassia cinnamon is often what you'll find at grocery stores, but it contains higher levels of coumarin, a compound that can be damaging to the liver in large amounts. Ceylon contains far less of that and is the safer option if you plan to use it on a regular basis. Scientifically, cinnamon has been shown to aid in glycemic control. A 2003 study published in Diabetes Care found that consuming cinnamon daily significantly reduced fasting blood glucose levels by as much as 29%. That matters because elevated blood sugar causes microvascular damage. And I don't mean vessels in your arms or legs. I mean the delicate, hair-thin capillaries responsible for proper erectile function, energy delivery to muscles, and brain oxygenation. Those small vessels are typically the first to be affected by long-term glucose instability. Cinnamon contains potent polyphenols that act as powerful antioxidants and improve insulin sensitivity, preventing those damaging blood sugar spikes and crashes. Additionally, one of its active compounds, cinnamaldehyde, promotes vasodilation by supporting the body's natural nitric oxide pathways. That's the same molecule erectile dysfunction medications work on, but cinnamon does it in a gentler, natural way. My patients often tell me that adding cinnamon to their morning coffee not only improves taste, but also stabilizes their energy, and in more ways than one. A 58-year-old contractor, said the afternoon crash vanished after only a week. He felt sharper, more stable, and noticed significant differences in his workouts and bedroom performance. That's real-world impact, confirmed by hard science. Now let's enhance that cinnamon with a teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. We're not talking about hot chocolate mix loaded with sugar. That actually derails the entire process. I'm talking about pure dark cocoa, nearly black and bitter. Why add it? Because cocoa is one of the richest dietary sources of flavonoids, particularly epicatechin and catechin. Peer-reviewed studies, like one from the Journal of Hypertension, have shown that regular flavonoid intake improves flow-mediated dilation, which is a clinical measure of how well your blood vessels open in response to increased demand. The study found that cocoa could improve blood flow by up to 30%, a result comparable to pharmaceutical interventions with zero side effects. Cocoa also boosts nitric oxide production, helping to relax arterial walls and improve circulation. But there's more. Cocoa naturally contains compounds like anandamides, a neurotransmitter linked to feelings of happiness, and phenylethylamine, known to elevate mood and support focus. In short, cocoa supports your physical and emotional well-being. Let's go deeper. Most men over 50 are dramatically low in magnesium, a mineral required for over 300 biochemical reactions, including testosterone synthesis, muscle recovery, and sleep regulation. Cocoa is a convenient and enjoyable way to replenish magnesium stores naturally, all while enhancing your coffee with a rich mocha flavor. Next, consider Maca root powder, a powerful adaptogen native to the high Andes Mountains of Peru. For millennia, it's been used as a natural performance booster for energy, fertility, and hormonal health. While maca doesn't contain hormones, it operates by stimulating the hypothalamus and pituitary glands, the orchestrators of your body's endocrine system. Clinical studies, including a 2009 randomized controlled trial, showed that daily supplementation with about 2.4 grams of maca for 12 weeks led to significant improvements in libido, sperm quality, and overall vitality. Another benefit? It's an adaptogen, which means it helps your body better respond to stress, big or small, physical or emotional. Yellow maca is milder in taste and best for general energy. Red maca has been shown in some studies to support prostate health, while black maca is prized for its impact on stamina and endurance. For your coffee, just a teaspoon of maca enhances both function and flavor, lending a slightly nutty, almost caramel-like note. Then we have coconut oil, or if you prefer, purified MCT oil. This fat is a game changer. Here's why. Testosterone is synthesized from cholesterol. If your dietary fat intake is too low or too high in processed inflammatory fats, you're starving your body's hormone-building machinery. Coconut oil contains medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, which bypass normal digestion and are converted almost instantly into usable energy by the liver. This not only fuels your brain and muscles, but also stabilizes appetite and blood sugar. One study demonstrated that men consuming MCTs had up to 20% higher testosterone levels, improved thyroid function, and enhanced metabolic balance. When you blend coconut or MCT oil into coffee, using a milk frother, blender, or even shaking it in a jar, you create a creamy latte-like drink that slows caffeine absorption. No spike, no crash, just sustained clarity and energy. But do start slow. Begin with half a teaspoon and gradually increase to avoid digestive discomfort. Over time, your gallbladder adapts and you can enjoy its full benefits seamlessly. Last on the list, but not least, is ginger. Either fresh or powdered, ginger is backed by thousands of years of traditional use and abundant scientific validation. It contains gingerols and shogols, which exhibit strong anti-inflammatory, vasodilatory, and even testosterone-supportive properties. A landmark 2012 study observed a nearly 18% increase in testosterone levels in men taking daily ginger supplements over a 3-month span. Another showed meaningful improvement in sperm count and motility. Ginger also protects the testes from oxidative stress, particularly important in a world where tight clothing, sedentary habits, and environmental toxins threaten that delicate system. In your coffee, just 1/4 teaspoon of powdered or a small slice of fresh ginger can have a warming, energizing effect, enhancing circulation and boosting cognitive alertness almost immediately. Now, you might be thinking, am I supposed to become a part-time barista or home chemist every morning? Not at all. Here's the real-world plan. Start with one ingredient. Just one. I recommend you begin with cinnamon because it's accessible, pleasant, and delivers real benefits immediately. Try it for a week, then add unsweetened cocoa the following week. By the 3rd week, start incorporating maca powder a few days a week, and by week 4, Optionally, try coconut oil or ginger depending on your goals. You don't need to use all 5 ingredients every day. In fact, I advise against it. Start slow, observe how your body reacts, and tailor your mix accordingly. Here's a sample weekend blend that's become a favorite among my patients. Brew your usual coffee, blend it with 1 teaspoon coconut oil, 1/2 teaspoon Ceylon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon cocoa powder, and a thin slice of fresh ginger. Blitz it for 30 seconds. Congratulations. You've just made yourself a functional beverage that supports testosterone, circulation, mental clarity, energy, and mood, all without a pill or prescription. Final note, this isn't a cure for chronic illness. If you have heart disease, diabetes, or other medical conditions, talk to your doctor first. But if you're a relatively healthy man who simply wants to age with more strength, stability, and vitality, then this morning routine is your starting point. Track your energy, note changes in your mood, focus, or libido. Over 30 days, you'll likely feel a shift, and if you do, it means your body is responding positively to better fuel. Gentlemen, aging is inevitable, but decline is optional. You are not broken, you are not past your prime. With consistency, science-backed habits, and a touch of mindful nutrition, your best chapters can still be ahead. Thanks for spending time with me today. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend who needs this message. Leave a comment below with what you're experimenting with in your cup. Sometimes small conversations lead to big breakthroughs. Until next time, I'm Dr. Elena, reminding you, small, committed changes today can create massive transformations tomorrow. Stay strong, stay focused, and take care of your body. It's the only one you've got.